Hi, here we go. We're gonna get into solving equations now. This is my favorite part. We get to do real algebra and yay! I know, you guys aren't as excited as I am. Okay, here's the idea behind equations. You have something like this. W plus 4 equals 5. Now, you clearly know the answer, right? I mean, 1 plus 4 is 5. But here's the algebra concept. You have an equation, and that equation, that equal sign right there, is the center of a teeter-totter. Now, mind you, I can't draw. Those teeter-totters are supposed to have the same length. Okay, on this side is a kid that is W plus 4 pounds. This kid, okay, wait a minute, not pounds. Think of it as, they're not kids. Wait, they are pounds, they're not kids. You got the idea. And if you want to solve for W, you want W on this side, you're going to remove this 4 pounds, right? So picture you're taking that 4 pounds off. When you removed that 4 pounds, what happened was it was no longer in equilibrium, right? You took off the 4 pounds and this one fell down like that. So to keep an equation, keep that teeter-totter level, you're gonna have to take the 4 pounds off of the other side. Now, what I have left over here is just the W, and what I have over here is 1. Okay, that's the what we call the additive property of equality. Now, it doesn't matter that it was a subtract. Add, subtract, those two are the same. You just have to squint your eyes. Okay, now let's do this, look at it like this. Stick with white because that one works nicely. Let's do W minus 7 equals 3. Okay, again, I know you know the answer, but right now we're getting the algebra steps so that I can make it harder and harder and harder. Okay, this is the teeter-totter, okay? That's the teeter-totter, that's the balance. You need to keep this balanced. So to isolate the W, okay, the word isolate in math means to get it all by itself. Isolate the W, okay? Isolate means get by itself. You're going to add 7 to each side. Okay, that's the addition property of equality. This is also, subtracting 4 is also the addition property of equality. So if I had -7 and I added 7, this part of it is now 0. So I'm going to show more work than necessary. This is W plus 0, but that's just W. Okay. Now on the right-hand side, 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay, there you go. That's your basic idea with solving equations. So if something is being, we say done to the variable, to move it to the other side, you have to undo it. Okay, so let's make this harder. Okay, this time what I'm gonna do is multiply. So I'm gonna have 2x equals 10. I know, I started off really easy because you know the answer. But what we're gonna do is the algebra behind it. Okay, if it's 2 times x and you wanna isolate the x, you're gonna do the opposite operation. So notice before, when it was added, we subtracted. When it was subtracted, we added. When it's multiplied, we're gonna divide. Okay, here we go, divide. And this is called the multiplication property of equality. I know, we're doing division. Don't worry about it. It's the same, multiplication, division. So this is 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now I'm not sure, can you guys see that? Yeah, it looks okay. All right, now 1x, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Don't write that 1 in your answer, just change it to x. Okay, now let's do one that has x over 3 equals 10. Okay, what is being done to x? You have x divided by 3. So in order to isolate the x, we're going to multiply each side by 3. Okay, multiplication property of equality. You gotta do it to both sides. Every problem, you need to think of it as that teeter-totter. Let's write it as 3 over 1, just so to be really clear. What this is 3x over 3 equals 3 times 10 is 30. But 3 over 3 is the number 1. Okay, so when you cancel, you are just doing division. Okay, x equals 30. Okay, so that's the basic idea. In the next video, we'll make it harder. Okay,